Have you ever known the right thing to do, but you didn't do it because of what someone might think? That is the fear of man, and it's very common. That's why Solomon addresses it here in chapter 29, verse 25. He says, fear of man will prove to be a snare, but whoever trusts in the Lord is kept safe. A snare is a trap, and building your decisions on what people around you might think, around their approval and their opinion, their reaction, that is a trap. It can look like wisdom sometimes or social awareness, but it's a trap. You can see the fear of man show up everywhere. It's the person who sees something that needs to be said, but stays quiet because they don't want to be the one who said it. It's compromising what you believe because the room you're in doesn't believe it, or softening the truth because the full truth might cost you something socially. The fear of man often disguises itself as something reasonable. You're being diplomatic, you're picking your battles, you're keeping the peace. And sometimes those things are genuinely wise, but sometimes they're fear dressed up as the reasonable thing to do. The Bible gives multiple examples of this trap. Peter is one of them. One of Jesus' closest disciples. He denied knowing Jesus 3 times in one night on the night of the arrest of Christ. And I don't think he did it because he stopped believing in Jesus. He did it because he was afraid of what the people around him might do. The fear of man ultimately led Peter to betrayal. Pilate was the Roman governor over Judea when Jesus was brought to him with the Jews demanding his punishment. And Pilate knew Jesus was innocent. He said so himself. But the fear of the crowd led him to having Jesus flogged and then executed. And Pilate's name is infamous, or has been infamous ever since. I don't think these two guys were weak men. I think they just got caught up in this snare that Solomon is talking about. The second half of the verse is the answer. Whoever trusts in the Lord is kept safe. So the antidote to the fear of man is the fear of the Lord. When your primary concern is with what God thinks, when his approval is what you're focused on, the opinion of others loses its power over you. That doesn't mean you stop caring about people. It just means that you stop letting their opinion determine what you do, your actions. The fear of man is a snare. Trust in the Lord is safety. The question is, which one is actually driving your decisions? A Proverbs a day, day 29, chapter 29. I'll see you on the next one.